This is your young Fiona Singh, Rihanna's two-time chocolate queen. I'm digging up my boy, Djshaun, Fantastic Sound, run the tune. Djshaun, Fantastic Sound, run the tune.
They say we too only cause we never sorry. We live in
Come on, hey, check, what two?
all of our worries. So we live in happy. And we chase our
Yeah, so we back up live on Facebook. We're using a different stream, right, for this one.
we don't have our worries.
As I promised you earlier, we have a special guest who will be joining us today. So I want you guys to continue share the page, invite a friend, invite a family to join us as well. We had a great hour and a half earlier. And, this interview probably going to be about 15 minutes. It won't be too long. As we premiere this brand new one. I'm not going to mention the artist's name though. I want you guys to be surprised today. So share it up with your friends, your family. Let's welcome those people up to us all the way from Trinidad, Guyana, right here in Orlando, Florida, New York. As we come to you live once again, Happy Tunes Radio. This artist that I'm about to bring to, I gotta do a little introduction of him. Before I do that, and I've known him for so long. His music speaks so loving to all you guys, the fans, the listeners out there. Whether it's chutney, whether it's traditional chutney, Bollywood, you name it, chutney soca. Chutney soca monarch winner. For how many times? For how many times? Don't worry, I'm gonna announce his name just now. He has toured the world with his music, not only Trinidad and Tobago. Talking about Canada, talking about United States of America, Guyana, French Guyana, Orlando, you name it, you've done it all. Ambassador for chutney music.
Where you living for? Every day she begging me.
And anytime he launch a brand new tune, we always hear Happy Tunes. Gotta play it for you guys.
Look me what I say. Where you living for? Every day she begging me for a good.
Let's bring him on camera one time. As we head straight on to Trinidad and Tobago, the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad. Let's welcome my brother G.I. Harry on the Facebook Live. I want you guys to tag along all your friends, all your family, invite them to this Facebook Live right now. We're about to do something real different in a musical way, that is. All those GI fans locked in right now. do a sound check. Let me do a sound check. Yeah, my brother. GI, what's up? What's up, brother? You hear me loud and clear, right?
Yeah, bro. Good evening. I hear you loud and clear.
All right, all right. He's singing nice. He's singing nice. We coming to you live from Orlando, Florida, right here, followed by Attitudes Radio. I'm gonna play one more, and then we bring on my brother. The launches brand new track today. It's the controlling me, ruling me, for some wrong. I give away your word, treat me like a. And you're running me, losing up my mind. Listen to those people locked in right now in Shaguanas in Trinidad and Tobago. Give away your word. Cool vibe, Princess Tongue, I'm part of Trinidad you locked in from, man. Let me go right now to this special interview that I planned. I supposed to do this one since about a couple days back, but because of my schedule and stuff, I could not have able done it. But welcome all the way, the ambassador, my brother from another mother, my boy GI. GI, how you doing today, bro?
Hi, good, bro. Good evening to you. Good evening to all the listeners, everybody on the live, everybody listening around the world. Good afternoon. Blessed Sunday to each and every one.
Nice. You know, it's always my privilege to have you here on Attitudes Radio because whenever you launch a brand new track, it's always a monster hit, man. And you know, GI, tell us a little bit about your journey towards chutney music for those people who may not know you, may not remember you. Give us a history about GI back then to now.
So this year in December, I will be celebrating 19 years in the industry as a professional. In my entire life in music, 29 years. So in on the professional side of things, it started almost 19 years ago with Karma when I first entered the music scene. I was a frontline member, frontline singer for Karma, the band. Spent like about 4 years there. Then I moved on to Delina Dan for 7.5 years. So, and then we rebranded from General Imran, which was associated with both bands, to GI, which basically, I started my own product, which is like about 8 years ago as GI. So yeah, it's been a long journey for sure.
Yeah, definitely. You know, you have been out there as one of the leading chutney artists, so to speak, because I've been following your music for years, and I remember those days when you were, you know, singing with Delina Dan. You know, you came out with some wonderful Bollywood melodies, and you capture so much listeners' heart out there with your voice. Tell us from then to now, how has music evolved and changed during your early days to present?
Everything is very modernized now. I remember starting when we didn't have social media. It wasn't a big deal back then. We didn't have online platforms. Back in those days was cassettes and CD and people using cassette players and Discman. I don't know if you remember. Yeah, I don't know if you remember the days of Discman when when you're basically using CDs to listen to music. How marketing your music as compared to marketing now is two different things, you know. So is a whole change, definitely a whole 360 now in the modern era. We live in the modern times. Everything is different. Everything is very much tech savvy, so to say. We deal with a lot of technology to do things now, even produce. Even when we produce now, everything is based on computers and technology. So yeah, it's a big change. Long time back in the day when I now started, or even before I started as a professional, everything will every time you go into a studio to produce a song, everything will be played individually. Now you could buy stuff online. We call it plugins, and you don't have to have a drummer come in. You don't have to have a dolak player or a tabla player come in. You know, everything is basically online now. So the whole game changed a lot. Definitely a 360, as I said. Um, and I think, moving into the future, the technology will be even greater, and things will be a little bit more easier. I mean, with technology, it made things a little more easier, even connecting with people around the world now. We have stuff like WhatsApp and, iMessage and all these other things. You could connect with people, video call your people. You could be living on the next side of the world in New Zealand, and you can connecting with your friends. All we have to look at is basically time differences. So, generally technology, has changed a lot, not only in music but in the world. So yeah, good vibes though.
Yeah, of course, of course. Before we talk about your recent music and the whole branding of GI and stuff, what is the most difficult time you encountered during those early age of singing? Singing with Elena Dan. Then you branch off to yourself. You start doing Bollywood. You did chutney. You did all genre of music. But what was the most difficult time starting off as an artist?
um I would say that how the early part of my career, I really didn't have much of a difficult time because um my first recording, I strike a hit with it. Although it's a Bollywood remix, but I strike an instant hit with it. I remember, again, almost 19 years ago, there was a song called Body Dur that was sung originally by Mohammed Rafi, and I had done a cover version of that song, and it became a popular hit. And that is when we stamped the name General Imran instantly. So, the start of my career wasn't that really difficult. I don't want to, put that on myself. But in between, as we go along, we had bumps on the road. I had bumps on the road, and as best as once across the bump, you look to create as smooth of a path as possible for yourself moving into the future. Nothing is perfect, you know. Everything you have to go through trying times, you have to go through tests. God is test you. Generally, you have to deal with with your situation as it comes along. So as I said, nothing is perfect. As I went along my journey, I had bumps on the road, and I was able to cross those bumps and find the light at the end of the tunnel, so to say.
Of course, of course. I'll take you back a little bit present right now. And as a DJ, I always love to do my research when it comes to artists. And
Right.
you started from earlys, you started the real traditional way. Then recently you started to change up your music in terms of the newer generation, so to speak. You started adding a little
Yeah.
bit of more chutney zest into your music. You started to have a little bit of soca dimension into your music. Tell us a little bit about that, knowing the fact that you started from a real old school ways to now your present generation in terms of the listeners, the audience out there, in terms of changing up your music.
Yeah. When I started realizing that my fan base started expanding with a lot of younger people, that is why I started changing the sound of my music. For those of you who don't know, of recent, majority of my music I produce them myself. you know I am my own producer. Everything, or most of the things that I would sing, I have a hand in the writing. So um you need to move with the times, and everything revolutionizing now, and the fan base will change in the future, and whereas you're getting new fans now, younger fans, you know they are the future of everything. So now you have to change the sound of the music to basically, you know get them to be into it. So that's why I started tapping into like the zest, started tapping into a little bit of the soca sound and stuff, but still stick to my roots, at the same time. So, it's definitely a change, and it with music, with anything, for a matter of fact, anything that you do, there's change, and you need to roll with the times. And as I said, everything is revolutionizing, so you'll have the fans that is present, you have the fans that supported you from day one, and then you'll have the fans that now coming on, so like I will have people from General Imran days come to GI, straight up to GI. Then it have people who just jumped on during GI. You understand? And we have fans that basically left this world. So it's so much. It's so much. Not we not here to last forever. You know, I mean, I have fans that went to the next realm. They pass away and stuff. And you would always think from time to time when you remember performing at certain locations that you would see certain people and certain faces, and they no longer here. So this is the thing, we need to cherish each other, and this is why when I go there, I try to have a very close relationship with my people and my fans and supporters, because we here today and tomorrow we gone. You know, I have songs pertaining to those situations, like when I did Drink Together. When God calls your number, it's over. Before it's still too late and we never have a chance to see each other, let we have a drink together. The drink could be this bottle of water. It doesn't have to be anything else. But you know, and those are the kind of things that inspired me to come up with songs like that. You know, songs that will mean something to people. For the rest of their lives, bringing people together. So I did it all. I sang rum songs. I sang Divorce, I sang Luna, I sang Living Happy, I sang Drink Together, I sang What We Gonna Do, bringing Trinidad and Guyana together as one. So I have it all. Then I sang the controversial songs like Anna Anna, and then the controversial song that we're gonna release today. So I never boxed myself into singing one topic or one type of songs. I always expanded. It was never about singing horn songs or rum songs, or you know songs about women, or songs about whatever the case may be. I always expand my catalog into tapping into different topics and into different situations. So I mean, it's a whole history for sure.
Well, I'm very much happy that you explain the circumstances from your musical journey from then to now, and you speak about so much about the music back then to now. But we're gonna get into this track today. But let me talk a little bit more about the 5 years after the musical journey, because you are a three-time chutney king. You have won CSM for numerous occasions, right? And that's not easy to win a competition like that. So much pressure, so much preparation going into all the presentation, your music, your work, your team, and you have done it for 3 times, man. I must say congratulations to you. You have done your homework whenever it comes to big events, and not only in music alone. You always try to do something kind of different. And that's what I like about you. CSM, how tough is it as an artist to prepare for that competition, Chutney Soca Monarch, where you participate in among so many talented and so many wonderful artists in the past to the present?
I mean, definitely, it was a journey. I started, I think it was in 2016. It was my first year. I placed sixth in the first time I entered, I made it to the grand finals of the competition. Placed sixth, 2017. Just reached the semi-final. Didn't make it to the finals. 2018 made it to the finals, placed fourth. 2019 made it to the finals, placed second. 2020 made it to the finals, placed first. 21 first, 22 first, and 23 third. At the end of the day, my reason for entering the competition this year again was basically to try and capture the fourth title, because it would have been the first time in history, in the entire how many years of Chutney Soca Monarch, that anybody would have won four titles in a row. Um, in my generation and in my era of the music, I am the first person of my generation to win a hat trick in Chutney Soca Monarch. Previous generations, we would have had Ricky Jai, who would have won a hat trick, and I think Ruplal G would have won a hat trick. So in the
Correct, correct.
history of Chutney Soca Monarch, there are three people, two of the same generation, and only one of my generation that would have won a hat trick, three in a row. So that in itself, was a great achievement. Mentally preparing for a competition, I think anybody out there, any artist out there, will say that is very tough. Because if this is competition, you have 8 to 10 minutes to get it right. Is one shot. You can't take a low or pause and try to, regain a momentum. It has to be that momentum has to start from the time you hit the stage, you know. So mentally it is, you know, um it is very tough, to prepare for. Especially around that time there's carnival in Trinidad. And if you have the hit song or a hit song, you're busy with all these carnival shows while preparing for Chutney Soca Monarch. I mean, I would have had shoulders to lean on, whereas where my team is, in that situation, they would basically hold on a lot for me, whereas still being on the road with me, running from show to show. So, artists from Trinidad will understand that on a given weekend, from the time January start straight into Carnival in February. Sometimes the Carnival will run into March. Next year, running into early February, right? From the time that start in January and you start your first Carnival fete, it have weekends that you will have, depends on the song that you have and how people receive it. You will have 15, 20 shows on a weekend at times, you know?
And I
So,
mean, mentally and physically, it could drain you out as an
it
artist too,
is,
and it just
you
goes to
see,
show how focused you are.
this is something that, supporters of any artist would know. The preparation, the not eating on time, all these things, it takes a toll on your body, not only mentally but physically. Eventually your body starts deteriorating because we ain't getting younger. We missing meals, sometimes we ain't really check. And when the day up, we realize, yo, I haven't eaten for the day. you know Most of the time it's just you're drinking water and you're on the go. Well, with me, I usually carry about some oranges, in Ziploc bag. So I from time to time I suck a half a orange, you know. Definitely water. Promoters out there who know me, yes, they know how to, they have I have a rider, but no, I don't drink alcohol before I go on stage. After I finish, I'll have a social drink, or two, but never for years now. I haven't drank alcohol before I go on stage. I don't believe in that. I always like to, when I go on stage, I want to be aware of everything that's going on the stage and even around me. That connection with your fans must always be I always let the supporters be my high, the high that carries me, you know, into the universe or even beyond. So I use the connection with the crowd as my high. I don't use drugs, I don't drink alcohol before I go on stage. So I don't have issues where that is concerned. For years, as I said, promoters who books me, and they know me personally, they will know there's a rider that has to be provided, but they will know that it's not used. I don't drink any alcohol. Water, I love club soda, so Perrier or whatever. So that is my drink basically, you know. So yeah, so as I say, these are things that people would know. The health stress, the mental stress, all these things, what we go through as artists, is a lot, definitely. But I will not give it up for anything else. I will continue doing what I have to do to serve the people through my music. Um, probably you don't want to dive into it, but I will just touch. Recently I had a situation, on social media, and you know, it already gone. It's a learning experience, definitely. I know you're probably iffy about how to dive into that, but I have no fear in diving into it. I mean, at least some,
Well, I was
some
just about to let you finish your sentence before I dive into that, but you actually started. So hey, yeah, I'm happy you actually think like that, and
yeah.
you could
At the end of the day,
emphasize a
we
little
all
bit
need to
more of
face.
what's happening.
At the end of the day, we all need to face our realities at some point in time. At some point in our lives, we need to face reality, and we need to face, the wrong things that we would have done, or did, and man up to it. At the end of it, um, you have to be straight up and big. Is not we not little kids. We are big people, and I mean, everybody will go through their own experiences at some point in life. This is mine. This is my lesson to learn. definitely, and by extension, my entire team's lesson to learn, and I do want to apologize to everybody, because this is the first time I'm on Abitune since the incident. Um, I do want to apologize to everybody, and with time we all heal. You all will heal, and I will heal, and we will all hug each other, and we will move on. Life goes on. Always remember, we in here forever. People do make mistakes, and yes, some people choose not to forgive some, but at the end of the day, always remember, we all have to go through a lesson or two at some point in our life. And this is mine. I man up to it. I take responsibility for it, and I apologize for it. At the end of the day, each and every interview is different listeners, and I will apologize on every interview until people hear you. GI apologize. So and there's a lot more I could go in, and I would just really like to address one situation, right, where it pertaining to another artist in the situation, or who tag along on the situation, because the public don't know, right? And I am not speaking of something that I don't have facts to back up, right? We know there's another artist who sang a song, right, pertaining to people calling him a certain name. Now, what really took place is that artist, right? That artist basically had something with me since 2019, which I have proof of. I have snapshots of messages that he sent me on Facebook insulting me, etc., which I never responded to. I left it alone, right? Then, after the situation, and I did my apology, a voice note started circulating with Natasha, right? Making it look like it was something in the present, which wasn't. Earlier this year, right, the host of Chutney Soca Monarch, which is Rum Shop Chronicles, keep asking me to come on the show after Chutney Soca Monarch, which we declined, right? Because every time I go on the show was always something negative, and I was always picking on my teeth, and always something out of timing. And for me, it was just giving him his gain. I wasn't gaining anything from it by going on a show that you making fun of me all the time. I think nobody out there will like people to be making fun of them all the time. I mean, one time, two time, after a third time, it becomes a habit. So we decline, right? He went and bring on the artist. The artist is Rick, right? He went and bring on Rick, right? They went on that show, on his show, Rum Shop Chronicles show, Louis Gaff, bad talk me, taunted me, mocked me, had insulting things to say about me. Even Rick stating that I thief his song Divorce, which I didn't. The song was written by Big Rich, produced by Big Rich. I was just the artist who sang the song, right? It was the video now, the live was sent to Natasha. Natasha, he told Natasha, which I have snapshots of all this. I have evidence and I have facts to back up everything that I'm saying here. Hence, every interview that I go on, nobody could respond to it. The artist can't respond to it, neither him, right? Because I have all the facts here, right? When he said GI was called out and GI needs to come on his show and defend himself, and she declined, right? And then she went and looked at the live and realized what they did. As a manager, any manager will get upset and defend their artists, right? Just like any person will defend their family, right? It was that same situation. Let me forget wife and let's forget mother in this situation. Let's look at a manager, to artist here. When she looked at the live and she realized what both parties did, how they was taunting and making a mockery of me, that is when she sent Ramshop a voice note because she was pissed off about it, right? And that is when she said, Ramshop, you is a loser and he is a loser. And they basically resurrected that voice note in this situation and made it look to the public as though that we did that to them in this present situation. The public don't know about that live, and we are trying to get back that live. As a matter of fact, Rumshop don't want to send the live. He should send the live. He should post the live that the public see what it is they did. You understand? So when I did my apology the Monday, right, and I even apologized to Eric and Vanessa, right? But that was not good enough for them. They basically went now, edited the voice note, right? Allegedly edited the voice note because Rumshop is aware of the voice note because he even messaged Natasha after the fact and said that he was upset that GI didn't come on his show. That is why he let out the voice note. They let out a voice note, making it look that Natasha was reacting on the artist and them based on this present situation. That was never the case, right? That was something that took place since March this year, and it was her defending me in the situation. And I think anybody will defend their loved ones or defend who they basically back up in a situation like that. And if we understand music and we understand the business, you have a manager, the manager will do their job at that point in time, right? And Rumshop even went to the extent of saying on WhatsApp that he will bury GI. So this thing stemmed from something else. This had nothing to do with what took place, with our prank and we being insensitive towards people that went through this situation. I take my wrong for this. We take our wrong for it. But we had nothing to say about Rick and his wife or anything like that in the present time where that voice note is pertaining. That voice note is something that took place basically when they disrespected me. And sure, I have the proof. I will send it to you and you will see for yourself. Right? I will send it to you and you will see for yourself that we had nothing to tell these people in our situation. I apologize for being insensitive to women. I apologize for being insensitive to people who went through a situation that we pranked them on and who is going through it, right? But at the end of the day, I want to clear my name and I want to clear Natasha's name that we had nothing to tell any other artist pertaining to this situation, right? And I will send you the facts so you could have a look at it and you could be a judge, right? And a jury, because that is what people is upset about, thinking that we went along cursing out Rick or cursing out, another artist or whatever the case may be. It had nothing to do with the situation. And I just want to clear the air on that. I have the snapshots from 2019 where he insulted me and sent me a whole set of messages, and I left it alone in 2023. I have the original voice note, which was sent to Rumshop Chronicles, and I have all the messages from Rumshop Chronicles basically admitting to what he did with the voice note. So nobody in this present situation call anyone a loser, right? Or anything like that. It was something that happened since in March, and it was basically my management defending me for people disrespecting me. And I just want to clear that air, bro. And I know probably I look a little emotional with it, but at the end of the day, this is what people grab and went on thinking that that's how we are. No. This is something I have been taunted with since 2019 to 2023. And I saw interviews with the other artists going, and when people ask him about it, he can't say anything. He can't respond to it because you know why? I have the facts to back it up. He don't. So I just need to clear my name where that is concerned. For the insensitivity of the prank and what we did, I will take my wrong, I will take my blame, and I will apologize to my people. But I'm not taking blame for something that didn't happen in this present time. And I shouldn't have to be dealing with that extended magazine, so to say, for something that didn't take place in this present moment. So I just clearing that up just with everybody.
Well, I'm very much happy that you emphasize what really transpired in this whole situation. To be honest, I've known things have happened, but I'm a person, I don't really try to get in between people. What's happening is their business. That don't matter to me. But you, my brother, I know I always hit you up and stuff. But you emphasize some very, very important topic, pertaining to the recent situation. I know it's been difficult on your side, on Natasha's side, and I'm happy that you clear the air pertaining to the situation as well. I mean, how much have this issue affected you personally as a person? I know you have apologized to the public so many times and also again today, but how much it have affected you? I know it could lead you into a depression state of mind. We are humans. We bound to make mistake, and I'm happy that you cleared the air, and I'm happy that on behalf of myself as well, and GI, it takes a real man to apologize twice. He did a Facebook Live once. He apologized. He did a next live, I think, and this is the first interview that I have with GI after this situation here. But I'm happy that you cleared the air on it. But I know it must be difficult in your heart, my brother.
Yeah, definitely, bro. I'm human being at the end of the day. You've been talking to me a lot after the situation, and not only yourself, a lot of people, been talking and giving advice and trying to help out. Mentally, it was very difficult. I wouldn't lie. I would man up to that. I honestly was starting to go into a depression, and I had to pull myself out of it because, I just help people out of depression. I just help people, by helping them get out of this mental situation from time to time. So many fans out, they could know that they will inbox me and lay their story to me, and I will try to help them out mentally, get them out of committing suicide. Recently, I just using an example, few weeks ago, probably about a month ago or so, or could be a little month ago, I was having a conversation with a guy, a fan from Guyana, and I had to talk him out of committing suicide, right? And this is the thing, people don't understand. But I wouldn't expose who the guy is. I would never do that, right? He basically, as a fan, started to tell me his problems, and I started getting in his head, helping him out of it, because he was about to do it. He was like sitting down there, sending me pictures at the poison bottle and all these kind of things, and I had to talk him out of it, right? And he know who he is. I don't need to go into that, but at the end of the day, it shows, and that's recently. Until I had to tell him, yeah, your kids, go and watch your kids before think about them things and get him out of the situation. And he even send me videos and pictures of him and his kids, the next morning, and tell me thank you so much for being there, for giving him a hearing. You understand? For understanding the situation. I do a lot of things, bro. I do a lot of charity work. Not everything is made for social media. I do a lot, but I don't post everything on social media. You understand? I help a lot of people. So it's not like only I doing things for my personal gain and I don't help people. You understand? For a matter of fact, I am saying something here now that I haven't said on any interview. On no interview in Trinidad or any part of the world with anybody else. But I'm giving you this news now because we actually formulating something behind closed doors to help people now that going through these situations, getting cheated on, depression, all these things. This is what we're doing. We use our bad situation now to create good for others. That is what we are doing behind closed doors.
Well, I tell you the honest truth. I've interviewed so many artists, but this interview here is actually my first time doing something like this. But before we release this song, I want to ask you two questions. Very, very importantly, you said you received death threats as well from
Yeah.
some people out there. I mean, death threats. I mean, why people can send you death threats pertaining to this issue?
Bro, it have one musician in particular. I wouldn't call his name because the law here in Trinidad and Tobago is dealing with the situation, right? Message me directly to find out where I performing next. So they could come and pelt me off the stage and boo me off the stage. And I have those messages. It's in the hands of the police, right? And things, bro, all kind of thing about my kids and things. They started talking. They message Natasha and tell she why she would drive off a cliff. They tell me why to go and hang myself. Yeah, bro. They basically it's like it was real like wow. I serve people for 19 years through music, right? Through your hard times, through your good times, through your crying times, through your happy times, through music. I was there at some point in time through my music. That's what God put me here to do. And you make a mistake, okay, cool. I mean, mistakes are made to be made. Mistakes are made to be made. But when we make a mistake, it's how we learn from it and how we move on from it is what is important. If GI making a mistake every month or every week, I could understand that the crowd or the supporters or the fans upset that, it's every month we had to deal with he and some mistake and he always apologizing. No, in 19 years, in 19 years, one mistake, 19 years. Next year I will
I'm gonna
celebrate
ask
20
you.
years.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask you a very straight up question here right now. And I'm like this. Always a fair person. Always love to see situation get the better of things. I'm always trying to be fair as well. But let me ask you this question. What's next for GIB Harry in terms of your music, in terms of your fan? Because I have seen so much posts about, people criticizing you, so much posts about, people not gonna want to listen to your music. But I know your music speaks better more than everything. The message you send in your music is all about love. Your
Yeah.
music is there for people to listen to. But as I said, what's next? How this situation have changed you that you just gotta release more music because the fans now they are saying that, hey, you know what, we do not want to support GI music. That's what I've been saying. This is not coming from me. As I said,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
always been here, and we just gotta man up it like we talking the situation here. So what's next for you in terms of trying to get back that fan base, trying to get back the people who were criticizing you and say, hey, you know what, this is about GI, that about GI. What can you say about that?
I personally think that the real die-hard GI fan still stand with GI. The
Of
real
course.
people, the people that actually supported my music and supports me, they still stand with me because I have been forgiven by those people, right? And I think the people who was hating all the time just show up themselves. That is just my personal take. You understand? In every war, you win some, you lose some. This is one war that I'm not going to fight my people on it. You're wrong, you're wrong. Man up and let's move on. Life
Correct,
goes
correct,
on, right? Because if there's a Mr. or Mrs. Perfect out there, feel free to inbox me and give me some advice. The same way I will give people advice, I take my wrong. Share some advice with me, right? Again, nobody is perfect, right? I will say it again. 19 years, one mistake. You wanna murder me for it? No. I didn't commit a crime. I didn't murder anybody. I didn't went to jail. I'm not in drugs. That is something for people to get real angry about. What you're going on in the Middle East right now? Are we studying that?
correct.
No. Right? We're not studying how many kids being affected by that, right? Are we not studying if it really if a war break out, we all affected by it. So you're gonna hold on to this, or we're going to let it go and let we just live with life, enjoy the music, enjoy the vibe, enjoy the goodness, enjoy saying, well, hey, the man make a mistake, we teach him a lesson, he learn the lesson, and we move on. Because you guys did, yeah, by venting about it, I learned a lesson. One thing I will say though, not much people can be mentally strong. Well, that I try to be. I mean, at times I was getting weak, but then I pull back myself, right? Not a lot of people mentally strong, and if they have to deal with a situation like this that we had to deal with, they will turn to the rope, or they will turn to the in Trinidad we say grammar zone, right? But I didn't. I took my licks from the public. I took licks from my supporters. I took licks from my haters. It's still a few people still writing stuff and saying stuff about me, saying stuff about us. But at the end of the day, I can't vex with the world for that. I can't vex with my true supporters who basically took my apology, forgiven me, right, and vexed with everybody because it have 5 people still hating on me. Those 5 people never liked me in the first place. They just got an opportunity to show their true colors. So moving forward, it will just be music. That is what I'm here to do. I was born to do this, and I will continue bringing music. You understand? In the song that we are about to release, I see some people say I encouraging horn. No, in the third party, I am just basically selling a story of a man who is confused. That is all. It's a love song of a man who is confused. All those Indian movies that we watch and all these things that we watch and all these movies that we watch, right? When we walk out the movie and we know it's a movie, is it real life? No, it's not. So at the end of the day, I will continue doing my music, and I will continue doing what I have to do. I will serve my people, right? I still understand if people upset with me about it. I came on here, I apologize, right? And I will hope for the best moving into the future. But I will keep bringing my music. I have a lot of music that is geared up to release this season, right? Neighbor is just one track. It was put into what we tried to market, right? It didn't work, and I still delivered the song.
Well, Gia, you have said a lot. You have said a lot, and I think you have actually cleared the air of what people really want to know about this whole situation. As I said, I
And
don't like to get
another example, I want to, Sean, I'm sorry to cut you, but I want to,
That's
I
okay.
want to, I want to make basically show a point here, right? They saying that I'm encouraging nonsense with the song. I am just telling a story in a third person that I have a wife and I end up falling for my neighbor. And I am a confused person and I asking people what I should do because I love my neighbor too. That is what I'm saying. When we had songs like Ram Singh Sharma, the village ram from Sawa, you know, is a village ram? Basically, somebody who just sleep with the whole village, right? You was playing a song earlier, Lego me na Raja, Lego me let me go. Me I want me husband and family to know. What you do want them to know? People we need to think a little more. It have so many songs, never with the same girl twice. So many songs out there that sells a different story, but you want to attack GI for singing neighbor, that he love his neighbor too. That I am just stating in my story. If you listen to the lyrics, my mother want to kill me, my father want to kill me. And that terms when I use that in the Caribbean, when they say that your mother want to kill you, your father want to kill you, it's because they do something wrong and they want to beat you. That is what they really want to do. My mother want to kill me, my father want to kill me. My wife come and catch me with the next door neighbor, right? People might think, catch him doing what? If you listen to the verses, the story tells in the verses, my wife come and catch me with the next door neighbor. Girl, I really love you, but God said to share too. Right? That's a saying, God said to share. One life to live, and that is true. I don't know what to do because I love the neighbor too. It is a confused man, right, who is telling a story and asking people what to do. So pay attention to the lyrics. I could break down my song because I am part writer of the song, so I could break down the song. And for a matter of fact, I have this song since 2018. Sean, I will forward you the voice note, you will see for yourself. My cousin gave me the idea in 2018, right? And we wrote the song and had it there. I end up releasing Anna in 2020 and hold back on the song. So I'm just breaking it down to people. Even the great Kanchan sang Lego Mina Raja. Look into it now and see what she really mean. She or she husband and family to know what.
Well, GI, there's so much have been said, and I taken every sentence and every thing that you said in my mind just now. But before we release this song, I'm telling you, you sent me the song as soon as it dropped, and I didn't get to listen to it when you sent me. I actually listened it when I came back from work. I think it was after midnight, and I like the lyrics you put into it. You said since 2018 you had this track in
The
your book.
concept for the song was since
The
2018.
concept.
Yeah.
All right, the concept. But why wait? Why do a track like this pertaining to this song here right now in 2023? If I could
Because
ask you on
yeah,
a personal perspective.
just like I have many songs, I have about to release songs after Diwali that I have since 2016, 2017. I shelve songs and how I feel about certain situations. At that point in time, I released the song. I had an option
Yeah.
between this and Anna, and I released Anna instead. I felt better about Anna at the point in time, right?
So which mean I'm trying to grasp something here as a DJ. Which
Mm-hmm.
mean you're telling me that you have songs lined up for a different situation in life, like maybe
Yeah.
maybe a rum song, maybe you have a traditional chutney the next year, maybe before CSM you drop this, maybe for Diwali you probably have a bhajan. So as I said, I'm trying to grasp it. So you is
Yes,
one of
I
the
have.
artists who
I
have
have.
songs like probably written years already, but you have not released it as yet.
So let me use a clear example here, right? Arnold Bean passed away this year, but they had a song already recorded since how much years ago?
Yeah,
Put down in studio and didn't release. And when he passed away, they released it.
correct indeed.
So let me use that as an example. I have plenty songs. I have songs by Big Rich put down there, already sing. It's just him to pull it and mix it and master it and put it out. I have songs here that I program basically in studio, put on the vocals and just shelf it. That's what I do. When I did What We Go Do, I had recorded that since May the year before and mixed master and had it in my email until I feel like, yeah, it was time. When Guyana shoot part of the video in Guyana with T. Mohammed and everybody there, then come back to Trinidad, shoot part of the video and release the song. And that song was like months, probably almost a year old before I released it.
Well,
I don't
interesting.
come today for tomorrow and do stuff. I mean, sometimes you might do something and you just are feeling the vibe at that moment, and you might go on to something that is in the present. You might write something else and you might feel that more.
Yeah, it only goes to show that as an artist, you have done your record, you have done your analysis in terms of the musical way, and it's good to know that you have so much music that you have not even released as yet, and you're waiting on the right time to just.
I released a track with my 10-year-old son in Guyana about a month ago in September. With my 10-year-old son, I released it in Guyana. Right, yeah. I released it in Guyana, and me and released the song yet.
Yeah.
So that's just to show you how much music that I have, and that song already mixed, mastered, and ready to go. I just hold back on it. I hold back on it because of the situation. I don't want my kid to have to be entangled in anything, any negativity, right? And I just decide, you know what? I'm not exposing my child to that right now. When I level back with all my people, I will release the song. Because I am not going to hold on the song, because the kid wanted to experience what the music scene is about, and I gave him an opportunity, right? So when that time comes, we will deal with our track, right? And I have many more songs that are already just there. It's just waiting to just mix and master and release.
Well, guys, I mean, you have heard so much about this interview today. As I said earlier, I didn't plan to do this interview for over half an hour, but you know, my boy G.I. always stands on his word. And you know, when the Amazon Warriors win that final, he told me, you know, Sean, I'll do something different today. And he did it. He did it with my boy Roche in Queens, New York.
Yeah,
and
we had a bet. We had a bet.
And even though certain circumstances had happened, you know, it takes a real man to come and apologize. And he do that again today just for his fans. Just for his fans out there. And you know, I want to say thank you so much for having this interview today. I know it was long overdue. I didn't really want to get controversial what's happening, but you know, you said everything that you had to say.
No,
I appreciate you.
You see, if the public is not aware of certain things that is behind closed doors, they wouldn't know. They will judge a situation based on one story. They wouldn't understand. And you can't give people wrong for that. Right?
Exactly.
Because if I don't speak out, and if people don't know what it is really took place, and they're going to think that what they heard is what really happened in this present moment, I need to clear the air too. Right? I need to clear the air, and that is what I did. You understand? Again, when we go back to the bet, during CPL, I bet you, I say, Sean, TKR Warriors finals. If Warriors win, I'm putting on an Amazon Warriors t-shirt and I'm walking down Liberty Avenue straight to the Little Guyana sign. And I did it. Roshan had a jersey printed with my logo, GI, Amazon Warriors, and I have the t-shirt. I have it here still. For a matter of fact, when I go in gym, I'm going to wear that t-shirt in the gym too and snap a picture and post it up. Because some people say, why don't wear it in Trinidad and all? I have no problem. I will always say this, and I reiterate this again. My biggest fans that supports my music are Guyanese people. The Guyanese population is what they support GI. Nothing against my Trinidadian people, they support me too, but my biggest fan base is Guyana. And not only in Guyana, it is worldwide. every and any
What
show
is
that I
so
have, it
sorry?
is always
Sorry,
packed by Guyanese
I'm
people.
definitely gonna cut you a bit here. But why is it so different about when you go into Guyana to perform rather than Trinidad? I mean, I know you recently did an event in Kanji, if my mind serves me correct, for Cricket
Mm-hmm.
Carnival, and you know, I saw the crowd was insane there when you came on stage. You did a lot of event back home in Trinidad and Tobago. You did CSL. You did so much of big events. But what is different about the Guyanese crowd when you're there?
They're very passionate. They're very, very passionate. Guyanese people, when they love you, they love you. They're passionate about it. It doesn't matter who you are, which country you're from. If they accept you and they love you, they will defend you. They are passionate towards you. This is why I just say that, because I have been to Europe, I have been to Guyana, Suriname, I've been to French Guyana. You understand? I've been to North America. I've been so many
London as
places
well.
around the world, and you must find a Guyanese flag in any and every crowd I perform in. And this has nothing to do with me buttering up nobody. This is the reality. I have so much videos. I was in New Jersey for the for New Jersey Cricket Club, and my Guyanese supporters came out and rampacked that show. You understand? So this is the thing. This is why I always say Guyanese people are just passionate people. Just like with the cricket, it's the same thing, like who they choose to love as an artist. The same way they love the chicken curry, and that is why they have that Trinidad Guyana thing. And I just be in between loving the action, because you is my brother and you is Guyanese. I is a Trinidadian, right? I have most of my people, my personal people is Guyanese. Roshan is Guyanese. I'm a people. You is my people. Terry. We have so much friends, so much close friends that are Guyanese people. And Sean, we talk often. We talk on a daily basis. You know that so much things, so much knowledge about cricket. People don't know my knowledge in cricket. And we will have so much in-depth cricket conversation. You understand? About life, about a lot of things. You understand? So I will always say, don't the worst thing you can do is have Guyanese turn on you. That's the worst thing you could do. Because that's how passionate they are. They are keeping the culture, the East Indian culture and the Caribbean, they are keeping it alive. Because they are exposing the next generation to their culture. That is the difference. That is why you will have these young Guyanese fans supporting my music. Because their parents and their grandparents exposing them to the culture. And I mean, nothing against nobody, but this is what we lack. This is why you will find children from other countries, and I will say it, I mean, you will find Trini people, they gravitate to other music because we don't keep them in the culture. In Guyana, they keep them in the culture. It doesn't matter race in Guyana. The Indian culture, the East Indian culture, they're very, very entwined to that. And this is why I always say Guyanese supporters are the most passionate people towards their people. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you're an artist, a sportsman, a sportswoman, a chef, it doesn't matter. If they love you, they love you. And that's just how it is. That's the bottom line. Because I seen on TikTok what's going on with Neighbor right now, right? In a few days, we talking about 300-400 videos, and majority is Guyanese people.
Definitely. Well, you know, GI, you have said everything that you have to say. The fans have listened to you. People on Facebook as well, they're locked in as well. They're listening. They have seen the real story, what's been happening. I'm happy enough that you cleared the air on all those circumstances. This whole situation have affected you, affected your family as well. And I want to say, I take a little time out to appreciate you to come on air and clear the air on behalf of yourself as well. And it takes a real man to do that. You know, it takes a real person to do that. And I want to say, you know, blessings to you. May the good Lord continue to bless you. But we make mistake. We are not perfect. Every person on this earth, you know, we make mistake. And you're not the first, and you're not going to be the last, brother. We have
Well,
this tune here to
it
drop.
definitely will be my last in public. I can tell you that much, but
Definitely,
the last.
definitely. You know, we have
So
this
I
tune
mean,
to drop.
I just want people to be mindful. Just dissect the song Neighbor and understand it's just a love story.
Yeah,
It's just a love story. That is it. And a confused person who asking people what to do. That is it. Listen to the song carefully. Don't judge it. Don't just judge the book by its cover. Go into the book, read the book, and understand, yo, this is a love song. This a love song could have be translated in Hindi, and we would have been singing along to it and not knowing what it means. Nothing
Well,
in
I'm
the
happy, as
song,
I said, I'm happy
nothing in the
that,
song is nothing in the song is encouraging anybody to do anything wrong, horn, cheat, nothing of that sort. It's just a confused individual in the third party that is asking people what to do because he in a love story, a love triangle, so to say.
So, guys, you heard it from the man himself, GI. This is not coming from DJ Sean, I'm only playing this song, right? Understand the concept. He already mentioned it. He gave you all the differentiation of this song. I'm about to drop it today. Tell us a little bit, what's about the video as well? I know you told me earlier that there will be a video for the song.
Yeah. Tomorrow, everything will be released. The reason for that little setback is that our editor was in Spain and he only came back in yesterday. So
Okay.
he had to finish up some work on it, and we just didn't want to rush into things. It's not on YouTube as yet, but it was basically released on radio stations all over the world. It was sent out to the DJs. Everybody have it. It's streaming. It's streaming on all platforms already. iTunes, Spotify, Apple, everything. It's on. It's on there already. And the video will drop tomorrow, which will be on YouTube, so you can look out for that. Again, you would see when you see the video, it's fun, it's all just a good vibe and good energy when you see the video. It's just a fun video to watch and make you laugh. That is what it's going to
Definitely.
do. So when you're done and out, you could probably go and watch a GI neighbor and just have a good laugh.
Well, GI, I'll tell you something before we wrap up this interview today. Um, with all that have happened, I will always continue playing your music. I'm a DJ. I play any artist music. I have Rick Ramutar to have an interview with him. I have Vicari to do an interview with him pretty soon. I'm happy that you actually came on today and clear the air and tell the listeners out there what's really happening. This song here, I know, is going to create a lot of controversy, but I'm happy you said what you have to say. I love the song. I am a DJ, and I trust me, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna rock it at all the party. And don't worry, DJ Sean always support every artist. My platform is never to criticize anybody who's better than who. No, my job as a DJ is to play music, and you guys need to understand that. All right. Big up to you, my brother GI. Before you go, what do you want to say to the truck industry out there? What do you want to see? Because there's so much of talking and fighting and talking along. What do you want to see
I
happening
think I
as,
think
as 2023 closes, 2024 is coming up? What do you want to see in terms of the industry? And we'll wrap up this live in the next 5 minutes.
I mean, I think a lot of people in the industry need to take a little mental step back and reassess themselves as people, as artists, and then move forward. I using my time right now to reassess myself, reset myself
Yeah.
mentally, physically, right? And then come back to the forefront again. I am there still as GI, but mentally as a person, as a human being, I took this time to reset myself. You understand? Sometimes from time to time, it is good to reset yourself. When you reset yourself, you come back out fresh. It's like you take a shower. After a long day at work, you take that shower. You're like, wow, this feels great. This is what I do. Not my career, my life as a person, my mental, my physical. This is what I am doing. I took a little step back, right? And I'm preparing myself for bigger moves now. Because always remember, God plan is bigger than any man plan.
Correct, so to speak. Indeed.
It maybe look like a little step down of a ladder, but that step down is really jumping onto a springboard, which God will shoot you even bigger than you were before. And I believe in that. I believe in that. Sometimes we all go through our own problems, but just remember, when people think that your fall is really one thread of step that you fell in, but it's what you're falling on, the springboard to shoot you up higher than before. Always remember that God's plan is bigger than any man plan.
Well, GI, this is the longest I've actually ever interviewed an artist. And I take this pleasure to be here on behalf of Rouge, myself, and I know we talk about certain things that I didn't want to bring up, but I'm happy that you cleared the air today, and it only goes to show how a true person you are in terms of your words and your fans out there. And I want to wish you all the best, bro.
I
And
appreciate it,
may
bro.
the good Lord
I
continue
appreciate your
to bless you
time.
and your family.
I appreciate your time. I appreciate Abby Tunes, Roche, everybody, the whole team, all the supporters, all the fans, everybody, even the haters too, right? Because at the end of the day, we have a lesson and everything to learn, right? And the bigger picture here is the music. It doesn't matter. You could love my music, you could love Rick music, you could love Raymond, you could love whoever. The most important thing is that we all are on the same mission, which is pushing music, pushing culture. So love the
Of
music.
course.
The music is bigger than anybody and everybody. It doesn't matter. As I said, you could listen to Rick's song, you could listen to my song, you could listen to whoever. The music is the bigger mission. That is the mission we all fighting for, the music, right? And we need that is the bigger picture. So nothing wrong with loving Rick's song, nothing wrong with loving my song, nothing wrong with that. It's music at the end of the day. Some people can relate to his situation, some can relate to mine. That's just how it is. It's stories. We tell stories through our music, just like country western. Country western music tells stories. This is the way the Caribbean tells stories through chutney soca. So just love the music, most importantly.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much indeed, GI. We get so much in depth with this conversation today. It's like I'm lost for words because I didn't expect the interview would be so long, and I didn't expect that, you would say things that you had to say today without even me asking you, in terms of some difficult question. But I want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you. We at Abby Tunes Radio continue to support you. My job is always to play artist music. All right. And this is my passion for music. So continue spread happiness, positive vibes, and make each and everybody come together as one big family. Because as you mentioned earlier in your statement, life is so short, life is so fragile that we don't know what could happen tomorrow. And your music speak so much positivity because you have it and you have done it. You have toured the world. You have toured so many places for 2023. And I know 2024 would be even a better year for you. I know you're going through a lot at present, but you are a very strong person. And I wish you God guidance, protection always, my brother. Always remember that sometime when we think we are down, the Almighty always rise us up. Always rise us up.
Springboard, remember GI tell you about the springboard, eh? Always remember that.
Always.
Yes.
So we're about to launch this one. Thank you so much, GI. Blessings to the Happy Tunes family. We're gonna wrap this one up. This one here is called Neighbor. Get familiar with it. Share it up on Facebook. Check it out. The video will be releasing very, very soon.
Tomorrow the video will be releasing.
Tomorrow, yes, tomorrow it'll be releasing. And yours
On
truly gonna
YouTube,
drop
that
it.
is. It's already on all streaming platforms and stuff, but tomorrow the YouTube will be up and ready to go.
I want to say thank you so much, GI. I'm gonna give you one last word of what you want to say before wrap up, and we're gonna release this one.
To everybody, thank you. Love, support, it means a lot. To the Abby Tunes family, to yourself, Sean, to your wife, you guys were there, Roche, the whole team, everybody, all the supporters out there. We have fans, we have haters, to everybody who contributed in whatever way. Thank you. It made me stronger, it made me a better person, and life goes on. Let's concentrate on the music. Let's concentrate on neighbor now. Look out for the video tomorrow. And let's love. Let's enjoy life. Because here we're going on. Before it's too late and we never have a chance to see each other. Oh, let we have a drink together. And before I leave, my mother want to kill me, my father want to kill me, my wife come and catch me with the next door neighbor. Girl, I really love you, but God said to share too. One life to live, and that is true. I don't know what to do, cause I love the neighbor too. Love everybody. Peace, love, respect, salute.
With that said, that's it on behalf of myself, Roche GI. We say peace out as we welcome this one brand new coming from GI. Get familiar with this one.
Check, check, GI. Salute me, mother want to kill me, my father want to kill me, my wife come and catch me with the next door neighbor.
I'm telling you. Get familiarized with this one for sure, man. On behalf of myself, it's time to go. It's time for wrap up today's edition of Sunday Vibes. I know I did this interview probably over an hour, but thank you on behalf of myself, Roche and GI. We out. Have a wonderful Sunday.
Check, check, GI. Salute me, mother want to kill me, my father want to kill me, my wife come and catch me with the next door neighbor. My mother want to kill me, my father want to kill me, my wife come and catch me with the next door neighbor. Y'all are in love, but God is to share. One night to live and that is true. I don't know what to do. Cause I love the neighbor too. I don't know what to do. Cause I love the neighbor too.
I gotta play it back one more time for sure, man.
Salute me, mother want to kill me, my father want to kill me, my wife come and catch me with the next door neighbor. My mother want to kill me, my father want to kill me, my wife come and catch me with the next door neighbor. Y'all are in love, but God said to share. One night to live, I don't know what to do. Cause I love the neighbor too. I don't know what to do. Cause I love the neighbor too. I was never afraid. I was a real good neighbor. I used to just go back, only to borrow sugar. Get cheap, satisfy me. I bought what she needs to be. She get the blood, but you have it all. I don't know what to do. Cause I love the neighbor too. I don't know what to do. Cause I love the neighbor too. It wasn't my intention to fall for an explosion. I don't know how this happened. No, it was me to choose one. I don't know which one to choose. None of them I want to know. You is my life, you is my wife. God, I love you. I don't know what to do. Cause I love the neighbor too. I don't know what to do. Cause I love the neighbor too. My father want to kill me, my father want to kill me, my wife come and catch me with the next door neighbor. My mother want to kill me, my father want to kill me, my wife come and catch me with the next door neighbor. Y'all are in love, but God said to share. One night to live and that is true. I don't know what to do. Cause I love the neighbor too. I don't know what to do. Cause I love the neighbor too. I don't know what to do.